The 10-year overnight success. Let's talk a little turkey about that. I haven't talked about that in a while. The story that's never told, other than the work story, the story that's never told about the 10-year overnight success is overcoming the fear. I was talking with somebody the other day, and fear is a huge driver. Fear is a huge driver for a lot of things. If you're afraid, you won't start. If you're afraid of a lack of security, if you're afraid of a lack of being taken seriously, if you have imposter syndrome, you won't start. And if you don't start, then you can never be a success. And if you never start because you're afraid, then you'll always wonder what could have been. You'll always wonder, what could I have done? You'll always wonder, could I have been something more? But see, here's the thing. You're never going to get rid of the fear. The fear is never going to go away. See, here's what you're going to do. You're going to start. You're going to work up enough courage to start. And you're going to start. And you're going to keep going. You're going to keep going. And you'll get a little affirmation and a little affirmation. Maybe you'll start getting some likes. Maybe you'll start getting some claps. Maybe you'll start getting some purchases. Maybe you'll start making some sales. Maybe you'll start closing some people. Maybe some clients, customers will start leaving positive reviews for you. And I don't care what your project is. You could be a handyman. You could be a software engineer. You could be a book writer. You could be a person who digs ditches. You could be a person who slings coffee. You could be a person who makes hats. You could be a person who sells training products. You could be whatever it is you're going to be. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to use your courage. You're going to screw it to the post. You're going to overcome the first initial fears. And you're going to think, okay, smooth sailing. I got a few things. I'm ready to go. It's on. And then you're going to hit a roadblock. You're going to hit a pothole. You're going to hit a spot where people stop clapping. You're going to hit a spot where people stop paying attention. You're going to hit a spot where maybe some failures begin to mount up because of some things you didn't know. You're going to hit a spot where the money runs out, maybe, when the bank won't loan you another dollar, or where your friends have no more money to give you. And at that point, fear is going to rear its ugly head yet again. Now, when you take 10 years, who knows when those potholes will happen, but I can guarantee you there will be potholes. There's a pothole that we're experiencing right now. There's a pothole I'm experiencing right now. There's a pothole collectively that all of us are experiencing right now. How we overcome that pothole, how we overcome the fear of that pothole, matters more than the fact of the pothole itself. Let me say that again. How we overcome the fear of the pothole matters more than the fact of the pothole itself when you've started a project, when you've written a book, when you've begun building a business, when you've begun putting your hands to the work, when you screwed up your courage and you decided this was going to be the moment. Now you have to revisit that courage and you have to dance again with that fear in order to be successful. Otherwise, you wind up like the 70% of people who start things and don't make it 10 years. You wind up like the 30% of people who start things and barely make it 9 years. And of course, you wind up like the 99% of people who never make it out of the first year. Your idea isn't faulty. You aren't faulty. The market isn't faulty. You just didn't learn to dance with your fear. You didn't learn to embrace the thing you were scared of and use it to your advantage. Think about that today. I know I am on my path to being a 10-year overnight success.